Well, hello. Here we are again, David and his wife Diane.
Hello and welcome. Um, this is a new YouTube channel, and we hope you're enjoying it. Um, we're having these light discussions.
Yeah, very light.
Very like, here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
um, and as you've found out already, that we're not taking ourselves too seriously, and we want to be able to bring in a
yeah,
bit of humour. And me
yeah.
and David, we love a bit of banter and a bit of to and fro. So I hope you enjoy this.
Oh, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I'm hoping that they do,
yeah,
but yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I said I was going to post another one fairly quickly, and of course, it hasn't worked out that way. We've had that realization where, um, as I said, we put on these ebooks. I did five or now six
oh,
short.
these are the latest
Yeah, the
updates, aren't
latest
they?
thing,
Yeah,
and
this is exciting. Yeah.
well, it was exciting in the sense that they actually went onto Amazon
Mm.
on this Kindle thing, and
Kindle
yeah, Kindle, and they're not actually a book, are they?
restarted.
They're something that you read on your mobile or on your iPad or whatever. But anyway, they've started to take off. They started to sell. So of course I thought to myself, I mean, you better start writing some more of these. So that's where I am at the moment. I say I put six on there at the moment within this last couple of weeks. I mean, it's only been going for a couple of weeks during February.
Mm.
But my other work, the four books, and as I say, one of them was translated into German. I haven't had any sales at all. So, of course, what we did is we've spent the last couple of weeks in our spare time going over the wording of the description of the books, and we've even changed the cover of one of the books. And I mean, we're because this is a learning thing.
Mm.
Our point of view is that if it doesn't sell, if somebody doesn't even willing to give it a go, there must be something wrong with it because I think they're pretty good. So we looked at the thing, and of course, what we did is we went onto Google, didn't we?
Mm.
And of course looked at keywords. I mean, this is all sort of joking apart. I mean, I don't know. Do you know what keywords are?
Well, you
Uh,
see, we have learned, and like I say, we're on this journey, but keywords,
yeah,
like if you're going for an interview, there's certain
uh,
things, say in the health
yeah,
service,
yeah,
that they want you to um, express in the interview to show that you have knowledge,
hmm,
and it helps with the understanding. So those keywords are vital to getting that information across
yeah,
to your prospective employer.
yeah,
So that's the example.
yeah,
So I'm trying to explain why keywords are so important, and keywords help um, people to understand what you're trying to communicate.
yeah,
So as you said, David, that
yeah,
we've discovered these amazing keywords
yeah.
that
Apparently,
helps. Yeah, apparently.
yeah,
So, but this really helps for um, getting the author's information
yeah,
and description of the book across,
yeah.
because it's so hard. You could do paragraph after paragraph, which we have done
Oh, we have done,
before,
haven't we? That's
with
what
lengthy
yeah. I
words
think you
and
needed to tell
sentences.
everybody everything, and you sort of there is the Forgotten Children and whatever next, and then Pautia and Sam Draper and Dark Light. And I thought you had to basically write down what the story was about. And of course, this is that's naivety for you. See, this is thinking, oh well, if they know what it's about, then they'll go and buy it and think, oh, that's a good book. And of course, people didn't buy it. And so, of course, we then had a visit into a bookshop and had a mooch around the bookshop. And of course, see what people actually put on their books.
Mhm.
What they call the blurb at the back, and obviously the thing at the front, along with the title and the short description. And believe me, they are short, aren't they? And the blurbs at the back, some of them don't even describe what the story is. They'll say it's a thriller, but then that's the last time that word is used. They use uh, riveting, exciting,
Nail biting.
nail biting, page turner, gripping tale. I mean, they use everything that they except for what actually the book is about. Obviously, it's a thriller about some sort of, you know. But anyway, it's that is where we've been over this last couple of weeks. It's good to sort of, you know, say these things to our hopeful sort of followers that you know, we are learning all the time. It's not just a matter that we're here in sunny Australia and just taking it easy. But I tell you what, talking about sunny Australia, these last couple of weeks, I mean, has it been hot or what?
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's, you know, I mustn't say too much because you get accused of being a whinger. But I mean, it was absolutely, absolutely scorching, and you know, it is amazing. It does make you feel better. I mean, you know, obviously you think back to all the colds you had and the flus and all that, you know, and now, I mean, God, dear, like, you know, I mean.
We are sat so close together that we're actually stuck arm to arm. You would not believe it.
The old sticking arm to arm business.
Look, we both got, you know, bare arm, and David.
Oh yes, it's
bare arm. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
oh, no,
yeah,
well, I mean, it's
you know, we try not to have the aircon on too much because, as you know, with Australia, aircon is expensive. It's run on gas. So we've got the fan merrily going there, and strangely enough, there seems to be enough airflow to actually make it feel comfortable.
Yeah, but
we have that on at night time,
we notice that when you get a wind change, and if anything comes up from the south, it's coming from the Southern Ocean.
Yeah.
And if it's coming from the east, it's coming along from, you know, the Sydney area and you know, across towards New South Wales. But if it comes from the west, and of course it's coming you know, across the huge desert that there is in the middle of Australia, I mean, it is scorching. But it's a lovely dry heat. Once you step inside, you get away from it. Where what we just saying about the last couple of days, the weather has changed and the wind direction obviously has changed, and it's been very humid. It's a lovely warm day, but it follows you everywhere. You know, it's you come inside and you're still soaking wet. But anyway, let's get back to the good side to it. Is that it is we were saying to one of our daughters today that I mean, everybody is outside. You know, that outside life, it is. We're sort of getting used to the changes of the work. I mean, people here say that, you know, that there's a good work-like ethic, and I ponder on that myself because they go to work at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and they finish at 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. So I don't see how it's any different from, you know, in the UK or in the USA or something like that. But what it is, of course, is that when you are finished, you can get outside. And they do, don't they? Nobody stays in. There's, you know, the parks are lovely. You know, the different areas that people can walk to. And obviously, if you're down by the beach, by the coast, where sadly we're not. I mean, they're just out all the time and walking up and down along the beach.
Yeah, they're loving it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you know, it's quite common to see people out at, you know, after as soon as they finish work, they clock off and then they're out down by the beach.
Yeah.
And I say we have a niece here who is in Melbourne, and she lives around St Kilda, and of course St Kilda has a beach. So you have Melbourne, which is the city, and then she's also got a beach on her doorstep, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And they are always partying. As soon as they finish work, that's it. Head down to the beach, and they're barbecuing, partying.
Get a few beers, and they're living it up.
It's the life.
So that's
for the youngsters, you know.
That's the sort of difference that there is that.
Yeah, for the youngsters, it's
you know,
great,
I mean,
isn't it?
after
really
years
good.
and years of living in the UK, we were very seasonal, aren't we? We don't really go much out in the spring. We don't really much go out in the autumn. We certainly don't go out in the winter, except for shopping, and that's about it. And then we're left with the summer, which we try to then get a holiday within the summer. And 9 times out of 10, I mean, you know, you'd go to somewhere like Spain, you know, or sort of Tenerife or anywhere to guarantee, because you'd had so many bad experiences of going down to Devon or Cornwall or wherever you went, and it rained, and
Yeah.
so you sort of think, oh, we'll go abroad, and so it's nice to be here. It is it's very pleasant to have this sort of you know sort of a more sort of uh, regular weather patterns
Yeah,
rather than
absolutely.
irregular weather
Yeah,
patterns.
it's almost guaranteed you're going to
Yeah,
wake up every morning to sunshine.
yeah,
It's just so nice.
it's so nice.
Anyway, that's
That's it.
Australia for you.
Yeah.
But we're moving on now to David's authors page. So he wants
Oh
to talk
yes,
to you
yes,
about that because
yeah.
that is really exciting.
I didn't even know I'd got one.
Come on in on the
Yeah.
picture, David. Come
No,
on,
no,
you
no, I
need to
didn't.
come in a bit more.
Well, like I say, the
But it's really good.
on Amazon, it says now you can have an author page, so you can
Yeah.
actually put on what books you've got. And so now I've got that. So if you want to put David Wiggins, and then look onto the authors page, um, I've um, I've got that authors page there. And of course, I've got all my books on there, and I've now got these 6 ebooks on there. And of course, you can actually give a bit of a biography of
Yeah,
yourself.
you mentioned those last time, didn't you? The ebooks, and you're sending out links on Facebook?
Yeah,
So
now
yeah,
now that I'm going on Facebook, and I mean I've also got Instagram now. But I'm sort of what I'm doing now is somebody mentioned to me that I mean people are very helpful. There's no doubt about that. But somebody said now, have you got a hashtag? Now I stand there and I go hashtag. Is it something to do with washing? Is it something that's on my clothes? A hashtag? And apparently no, it's
poor David.
it's this little thing that looks as remember when we used to we used to play noughts and crosses when you'd make this little thing of a pattern and well that's a hashtag apparently something similar to that. And if you put that in front of Halfpenny Man and so it was hashtag Halfpenny Man, it'll take you to all the things that are associated with Halfpenny Man.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good, isn't it? It's another cracking idea that
Yeah, another success, eh?
Well, I mean, it's this technology thing, and it's a marvelous thing,
Yeah,
I'd only just got used to boiling eggs, so I mean, now it's no, say I'm on all these things, But anyway, yeah, that's another thing is that I've started to put hashtag in front of things now because it obviously means.
So what have viewers got to look out for then? What would it be?
Well, I mean, at the moment, see what it is that the way that I saw things, and this is anybody out there that wants to sort of email me, I'm very open to sort of these people's ideas about of how you become a publisher, an independent publisher. But what their idea was is that I'd get my books, start writing these books, and I'd put them on a website. And I went into a thing called Wix, and they give you a website and a template, and then I filled out this, and it's pretty good stuff. But I have to say that myself, it looks pretty good. What they give you, and how you can adapt these things, it looks pretty good. And I've got this halfpennyman.com, and that's my website. And so I've got a website, and of course the first thing you do on your website is you give them a bit of a blurb about yourself and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to do, and then obviously if you're selling something on there, which is maybe if you're an artist or something like that, but of course I'm a writer, so I put my 4 books on there, and then of course an indication of a few books that I've got in the pipeline. But I put the 4 books that I've got in there for sale, and then you can then get this thing called a button, and you can put the button on this, the description of your book, and then put a button, and then when people click on that, it takes them directly to Amazon,
yes,
where the book is for sale.
Yeah.
And you get that very book, how you can order it from Amazon, and how much it costs, all this sort of thing. And then of course you put in your postal address and all that sort of thing. And hey presto, you'll get a book. But
so all they have to do then is just click the link.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that when you get this thing that I've been putting out on Facebook, and I've been saying halfpennyman.com is my website, blah 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 blah, and then the next week you put it on again, and then the next week you put it on again, and then you get this sort of reply from Facebook, and they'll say things like, you need to do this more often. Doing it once a week is just not good enough. you need to go on there every day. And I'm thinking, what, every day? And then they sort of they come back to you with more advice, saying, yes, because on Facebook, whatever you put on there doesn't stay there for very long before it's moved on. That's the way it works. It's moved on for somebody else and some other things. So if you don't catch it at the time, if you're not scrolling down and catching it, you've missed it. But if you cut on there every day, then of course you're catching it. Now, of course, I've got this Facebook that I have to do. And then, of course, over on that also connects with my Instagram. Yeah. And then, of course, I wanted to put on the website, thehalfpennyman.com. And then, of course, I wanted to put on adverts for each book. And now I've got these 6 ebooks. So, of course, I've been doing those. As well as prior to Christmas, I did the 4 books that I've got as paperbacks. So, as you can see, there's a very complicated thing. And what this person has said to me, he said, if you put this hashtag in, you can connect to all them things. Yeah. And when people press on it, they'll get all of them.
Yep.
So, of course, as he thinks, hey, this is handy. See, and
another lesson.
Yeah, another lesson
learned. And as somebody very famous said, every day is a school day.
Did I say that? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I must have done, yeah.
Went silent. Awkwardly silent.
Well, I'm saying, yeah.
Yes, so the other thing that you wanted to mention, I believe, is you mentioned the author's page.
Yes, yeah. Have a look at that, please, on Amazon.
There was something else that you wanted to mention.
Well, I know this hashtag, and then, of course, these ebooks.
Oh, yes, now the ebooks. With the ebooks. Yes. Now, David's all excited, as you can see.
Well, I mean, I've sat down and wrote these now. Yeah. I mean, they are short.
We had some good news.
They are short
we
stories.
Finally got some good news, thanks to you viewers and followers. We are so thankful to you because you have helped to get the word out there. And certainly we are getting some responses now, not as much as we would like, but...
it's got to start somewhere, hasn't it?
You've
got to start somewhere, kid.
It started.
And, it started. And I mean, that's the thing, because it's by sort of somebody reading something that you've done. Now, these ebooks, it's called Laugh Out Loud. That's the title of all of them. And then each one has got a separate subtitle. And they're not in a row. You don't have to buy number 1 and then get number 2. You can buy, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever order you want them in, because each one is a separate comedy story. Now, of course, writing comedy is something that I just enjoy. As I mentioned before, I used to love comedy. Watching comedy on TV was my favorite. Reading comedies, was an all-time favorite. Douglas Adams, Tom Sharp. I mean, just to name but a few of real classic writers of good comedy. But of course, I mean, I've got to do my own comedy. It's my own thing I want to do, and I've found it quite interesting. I found it very enjoyable. But of course, because I want to keep the books down to sort of 6 pages, 8, 10 pages, or whatever, I've got to keep them short and sweet. That was what I was saying. Price it low, keep it short and sweet, and just keep So I've been enjoying that, and I have enjoyed that. I hope people.
And didn't you say something about your ebooks being for people on the go because?
Well, I mean,
they're easy to read.
Yeah, that came from that guy that spoke to me a few weeks back, and he just said,
we mentioned it, didn't we?
He said, I travel down 2 to 3 days every week. I travel down to Melbourne on the train, and then people are usually on there, and they're usually on their phone or on their iPad reading something to pass away the hour or so it take, hour and a half to get there. So they read something. And he said, have you thought about that? I thought, oh, no, I didn't know. I thought about writing books like paperbacks, people would take on holiday and then read it over while they were, on a beach in Benidorm. I never thought anything like this. Now, of course, these ebooks, I mean, you've got to keep them very short, very sweet. And so I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I hope people enjoy the comedy, because you can't, I don't want to copy somebody else. So you've got to think of something original. And so each story is an original idea of mine, and of course, I love the English language.
Where did you get the ideas from?
Just being daft. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's a good start, isn't it? You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So I mean, that's where we are. So, but like I say, we will try to make more of these videos. I keep saying it and I keep promising myself, and that's our next thing is obviously to get this channel, Halfpenny Man, aka David Wiggins, or David Wiggins, aka Halfpenny Man, whichever way you want it. It comes up fairly easy on YouTube, and I mean we just want to just well, I say encourage people. It's I've been encouraging people all my life as a teacher, and now I just want to encourage people just to have a go and have a try at something.
And our ultimate goal is to have a live channel. So we'd love to have.
That's news to me. I know nothing about anything.
Oh, hey.
You're kept in the dark.
The cat's out the bag.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So a couple of plans that we have in the pipeline, dear David. And so, yes.
Give us a break, will you?
Yeah. And we're going to do a live channel.
Are we?
He's such an entertaining couple, and especially you, wouldn't you?
What do you mean, especially me?
Yeah, you'd have
Blimey.
fun, and the audience would have fun with you, and all those questions and everything. You'd have people firing things off to you.
It's obviously, apparently, it's in the plan,
Oh, my little sweetheart.
But anyway, thanks very much. Like I say, we'll do another one of these in a couple of days and tell you how things have actually progressed, because this weekend it's Sunday now, isn't it? At 7 o'clock in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
But we've just been putting out these the books that are on Amazon, the 4 books that are on Amazon, and we've although we've only altered the cover on one of them, we felt that the cover needed thing, the others we were happy with. But what was actually on the Amazon site of describing the book, we've completely altered that now, haven't we?
And absolutely, yeah.
And like I say, we are willing to learn. We're not going to be, sticking the muds and thinking, I'll put that so it's staying. No, if it doesn't work, we'll change it, and that's how we feel, as though it's a good sort of analogy for life. Is that you've got to sort of change things. You've got to change the way that we think, change the way that we do things. How we've sort of seen things here in Australia, and certainly back in the UK when we watch the news and stuff like that, it doesn't sound like a very happy place.
Oh, sorry about that. We have gone into the dark. I think we're going to end it there. We seem to have had some kind of weird power cut. Oh
dear.
I am so sorry about that.
Catch you next time.
We'll catch you soon. God bless you.